Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the R&R sessions here on Mike Few Music. The last one was a pretty successful one, so let's see if you guys like this one as well, because we're going to cover another classic song that was redid by probably one of the best metal bands ever. And I like their version just as much as the original. Let's get into it, my friends. I'll see you inside. Well, my friends, the song we're going to react to today is a classic by Joan Baez. Now, this song was released originally back in 1975. Wow, that's 5 years before I was born. And the song is actually a story. She tells the story of her relationship that she had with Bob Dylan back then. And the lyrics encapsulate the whole story so much. Her version is a little bit different from the one that we're going to react to. There's two versions of the song that we're going to react to. I'm only going to do the one version. We're going to react to the version done by Judas Priest, the live version they did on this DVD, Rising in the East. This concert was shot, I think it was 2006, at Budokan. And their version of this song, this acoustic version, I'm not talking about the album version that was released on the Sin After Sin album, also by Judas Priest. That has a more classic Judas Priest sound, you know, the driving, rocking guitars and all that stuff. Very good one. For copyright reasons, unfortunately, I can't play that version on this video because YouTube will be angry at me. So we're going to be reacting to the live version they did on that specific show at the Budokan. There's a couple of things I want you guys to really listen to in this thing. Glenn and KK's guitars. I mean, they're playing this in acoustic guitars. I think if I remember correctly, yeah, the song is in E minor. It starts in E minor. They actually tune their guitars down a little bit. So yeah, it's what? E minor, C. Yeah, it's a basic, it's a very easy song to play. Their version is a little bit different from the Joan Baez one. The thing that I really want to implore for you guys to listen to is listen to Rob Halford's voice as he's singing this thing. So much emotion, so much emotion in this performance. So and I mean, if I can put it this way, Rob Halford is also one of my all-time favorite vocalists. I mean, he's been fronting the band Judas Priest for so many years, and the guy is just an amazing vocalist. Again, you can't ever replace these guys. I mean, there was a time when Rob Halford actually left the band, and there was a couple. Tim Owens was in there. Tim Ripper Owens, he sang for Judas Priest and all that stuff. But you can't replace a guy like Rob Halford, as the song will prove. But let's get into the song. Excited about this, and let's break down what we are hearing.
Just that the moon was full and you decided to call.
First off, great tone on those acoustic guitars. So laid back. KK, as you can just see, he's really into that whole rhythm playing, and that little lead that Glenn Tipton does. Such a pure, nice sound. It's, I mean, that note where Rob just walks from the side of the stage, and he just goes, "I'll be damned." It's so haunting, actually. It's very haunting. Like I said, the lyrics of this song is very personal to Joan Baez and her relationship she had with Bob Dylan back then. I'll be damned, here comes your ghost again. What it basically says there is he called her after a very long while. I'm not entirely sure if their relationship was a good one. He did say once on an interview that Joan Baez was the love of his life, as far as I know. So maybe there was a lot of silence between them. But you could hear there where Rob's voice goes up. He starts off, "I'll be damned, here comes your ghost again." And then all of a sudden, "That's not unusual." That part, it's such a classical Rob Halford vocal style that the guy had massive pipes over here in the throat region. I love this version of the live version, the energy from the crowd and the whole atmosphere of the thing. But let's move on. Let's listen some more let's get into this a little bit more.
And on the telephone, hearing the voice I know. A couple of light years ago, headed straight for a far.
What I love what they did in this live version is there's some notes that's been accentuated with some delay on Rob's voice. You know, when he goes to the high pass, you can hear there's a very overpowering delay effect on his voice, which keeps on repeating for a little while, and it keeps the pulse going in this thing. I'm just watching this video and I'm thinking to myself, you know, over here in South Africa, we're currently having a heat wave, and I'm just getting hot watching Rob walk around with that leather outfit that he's wearing. I mean, you never see Rob Halford without leather. He once said in a documentary as well, he doesn't feel completely dressed unless he's stuck a couple of cows to his back. So Rob, man, I have respect for you wearing all that leather. I mean, underneath stage lights as well. I'm getting hot just watching you. But again, wow, what a performance. And as we go deeper into the song, you're going to see it builds up. This is the type of music that I like. These haunting notes, very simplistic chord progression. I think E minor is probably the most used note in music, not just metal music or rock music. I mean, everybody uses that note for something. I mean, Enter Sandman starts on that note. So let's get into it a little bit further.
Well, we both know what memories can bring. They bring diamonds and rust. Yes, we both know what memories can bring. They bring diamonds and rust.
Listen to that vibrato in his voice as he's singing Diamonds and Rust on Rust. Rust. That vibrato in his voice is so good and it's so well controlled. It's so easy to see and hear a singer when they've been doing it for so long. I mean, we all know Rob Halford as a guy with an enormous range. This guy can really sing. Man, he can sing high. There's a song that they did. There was a huge collaboration a couple of years ago. A lot of rock musicians came together. It was the same time Live Aid was taking place, and they called it Rock Aid or Hearing Aid. Sorry, Hearing Aid. And there's one part where you can see Rob singing in the studio. The song is called We're Stars, and it's just, I mean, just look at this quickly. Just listen to this range, what Rob is doing here. You heard that, it sounded like a whistle. He's shouting above all those other people, and it's so clear, it's so distinctive. And then you have him singing a ballad like this, as wonderful as he's doing. let's get into the next part, my friends.
Never see you sitting around with snow in your hair. Never smiling at the window of the Crooked Hotel. Oh, Washington Square. Our breath comes on white clouds, mingles and hangs in the air. Speaking strictly for me, we both could have died. In a
So many things happening, from there at that point. Ian's bass adding some lead licks to what Glenn and KK are doing on the guitars, and now all of a sudden Travis is busy, giving us some stick tricks, and how simplistic and how effective does that tambourine sound as he's hitting it. Just enough reverb, just enough atmosphere again as he's hitting that tambourine, that swinging the stick between his fingers and all that stuff. I picked up on that lyric now. We both could have died then and there, way at the end, just before we stopped the song again. I wonder what happened on that specific day, because it seems to me like something took place at the Washington Square. So it must have been a political thing. I mean, we know Bob Dylan and all those types of singers, they were always involved in political stuff. But it's a very interesting lyric. We both could have died then and there. I wonder what happened there. I have to look into that a little bit more. I think we're going to get a little bit of an instrumental break now. So let's just enjoy Glenn's guitar playing, the simplistic melody of this.
now you're telling me you're not nostalgic. Then give me another word for it. You were so good with words and at keeping things vague.
That part where he goes into, now you're telling me. It's, again, classic Rob Alford. I love the way he pronounces his words. I love the way his pronunciation of, certain words. He really accentuates what the word is. And it makes you almost want to listen. You just want to keep on hearing what the guy is telling you, the story. And I mean, just looking at him, he looks like he's very calm on stage, but I can tell you there's a lot of emotion coming through him, especially as the singer of this thing. While he's singing this song, he's really reliving those words that Joan Baez wrote about her and Bob Dylan's relationship. It's really good. Now you're telling me you're not nostalgic. You were so good with words and from keeping things vague. Wow. Great lyrics. Great lyrics.
Well, I need some of that bigness now. It's all come back to clearly. I love you dearly, but if you're offering me diamonds and rust, I've already paid.
I'm going to stop it there because we're going to go into something very interesting now. I need some of that vagueness now. It'll come back to clearly. Man, I can't help to think that maybe she was heartbroken by Bob. Or something went wrong. I don't know. That's the message I'm getting. If you give me diamonds and rust, I've already paid. Gonna have to go and read the lyrics more and get behind the story of this song. It's what I'm hearing, except for exceptional musicianship. It's actually a very deep story, beautiful story, actually. But what we're going to get into now is there's going to be a huge shift in the song, which is classic Judas Priest. The band is going to kick in. They're going to play it on the electric guitars. Travis is going to hit the drums, and it's just going to be in your face all of a sudden. Pure power. I love the way that Travis comes into the mix with his drums and this thing, those flams that he's doing on the kit. Let's enjoy this, my friends, because it's powerful. Wow. Now that's power. That's power. I think it must have sounded amazing sitting in front of that stage when that chorus kicked in. Pure power by Judas Priest. No, there'll never be another band like Judas Priest when it comes to metal music like that. Classic metal music. And I mean, again, I can't accentuate enough Rob's emotion, especially there at the end where he says the word rust. He looks like he's in pain. He really is feeling what he's singing there. I couldn't help but notice all the sweat running from his head, but that's probably because of the 10-ton cow he's wearing on his back. It's... man. No, my friends. Such a great... And I mean, that's not the only song from this specific show that's a good thing. If you can find this specific show, give it a watch. There's some good songs on there. I mean, Electric Eye, Metal Gods, A Touch of Evil, Revolution, Breaking the Law. You got another thing coming, Painkiller. There's another song on here that I really want to react to as well. It's the song called We're Fighting For. So if you would like to see that, please leave a comment down below if you want to see me react to that song, because that's classic Judas Priest as well. But it was kind of fun to go back in time to see what a modern band did with a classic song. Like I said, there's another version on the Sin After Sin album by Judas Priest, which is much more driving electric guitars of the same song, Diamonds and Rust. You get this acoustic version, and then you get the original version written by Joan Baez that came out in 1975. So I implore you, go listen to all of these songs and enjoy actually a very well written song. Beautiful lyrics, great story. I'm definitely going to go back into this thing a little bit deeper and definitely going to find out a little bit more about the song and the story behind it. I'll be damned, here comes your ghost again. Man, it's a beautiful piece of music. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for all the kind words, the subscriptions, and just supporting my channel. It means more to me than you guys will ever know. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.